Hello, I am Umbrenero and welcome back to Umbrenero's Life. Today's video is rebuilding my health, check-in number 3. So, this has been an ongoing way to better myself. Best way I can put it. So, the top things that I basically know I need to work with are my mental and physical health. But before I really get into the very specific health related goals I'm going to give myself for this next little period of time, I want to go over a couple of the goals that I had from last time, which in specific were these little mental health goals of finishing a couple spreads in my daily journal before July 19th. I can say they were done before July 19th. I just did not get around to making this video until August 2nd. So, the first thing I wanted to do was finish up my self-care ABCs, because it's something that could give me ideas of stuff to do and things like that. And here it is, fully done. Different little things to do for each letter of the alphabet, and it is completed, which took a little longer than I had hoped originally, but it was done by July 19th like I originally was hoping for. The other item was my I need help area. So things that I can do when I'm upset, overwhelmed, worried, stressed. I had to really sit and think about stuff of what could I do, what would help, and these were the few things that I came up with. And yeah, hopefully it'll help. I just know I've been very busy, so actually getting the time to use these areas when I'm in these sections, it's a little hard sometimes. Like, I've been stressed. I have not had time to really do any of these things except for like listen to things. I won't just say music. I've listened to movies, I've listened to YouTube videos, I've listened to a whole bunch of things. So I figured out something that has helped. But that means I did accomplish these. Those were done. The other things were practicing self-care, meditation, learning to relax. Yeah, I took a good number of naps, so I would count that as self-care. At least that's the way I'm doing it now. The physical goals is where I did okay with my meal planning stuff. As in the portion sizes and decent amount of protein in my meals. When it came to actually meal planning though, that has still been a challenge, and is a challenge I am still trying to figure out with my husband and with how crazy busy things are. That is probably going to be waiting until the month of August is done. So that is something that is slightly on hold, but also not on hold. So we will see exactly how that goes. And then yoga, walking weekly. I did not schedule any time for this, but I know here soon I will probably be walking like 4 or 5 miles minimum daily here, which will be fun with a knee that was twisted pretty bad earlier this year. So my knee brace might become one of my best friends. But these were the little goals I had for the last check-in. So we're gonna come right here where I do not have it labeled what quarter we're in, because last time I realized quarters was a bad way to describe what I am doing here. But I did do my goals for checking in on my general goals for 2025, and there was a couple things I wanted to bring from there. So, mental health, the biggest thing is self-care, which I have been doing by taking naps, mostly. I hope to actually bring in a couple other ways to practice self-care that will be coming soon. And also once a lot of the smoke from wildfires goes away, because anything outside, it's harder to do with all that smoke. Doesn't smell the best. But self-care is the top priority. I have been debating like modifying my little schedule to give myself time to actually force myself to practice self-care. So I have self-care. I am going to add in scheduling it. Schedule it. So that way I remember to actually have some self-care within a week. But we'll see exactly how that goes. Up next is the physical health side of things. So, first things first, exercise is coming back. Because it needs to. Which will be yoga, walk, or Ring Fit. And I'm actually going to stick with it because it will get scheduled by the end of this check-in period. So for check-in 4, hopefully I have some results on this. But next one is food choices. So meal planning is still a thing that is out there. By the end of August is my goal to get this somewhat figured out, because I'm someone that could just eat one meal in the day. It's not really good for you to do that sometimes, and then it just leads me to snacking very late at night, which is not good at all. So meal planning by the end of August is the goal. Keep up with portioning. Portions and keeping up with protein in meals. Because I've actually done pretty well on those fronts. I haven't been overly overeating. Except for, I would say, my birthday cake in the month of July. That was something that I probably didn't need to eat an entire cake of. But I didn't do it in one day. That was over the course of a week. Still, you gotta have fun sometimes, and your birthday's one of those times. The other physical goal is losing 5 to 10 pounds. I'm not giving myself a strict amount I have to be at by a certain date. No, I just want to lose 5 to 10 pounds. Quick, easy, simple. And it's like, I could go back and look at my initial, like, goals that I had and be like, alright, how does this fit in with this thing and this and all of that? But I'm not going to. I am wanting to actually be motivated to get stuff done. And this is hopefully one of those ways I can do this. But, next page, I do want to slightly revisit a log if I can find it. So, this log was basically abandoned in May. I want to somewhat bring it back and basically twice a week see where I'm at to see if I'm actually doing okay. Because I can tell exactly when I got sick, or earlier this year just by looking at my weight, and I'm hoping to start doing better. So for the next check-in, you're gonna see in here, let me just grab a sticky note here. And sorry about the fan in the background, it gets kind of warm. But I am going to bring in a new weight tracker, which will go from, not today, but tomorrow, which is August 3rd, I believe. August 3rd till my next check-in. Which means I have to decide if it's going to be Sunday and Wednesday. Actually, yeah, we'll do Sunday and Wednesday. So twice a week, Wednesday, I will do little weigh-ins to see if there is any significant changes, to try to figure out what's working, what's not. Yes, August is a very busy month for me, but this is something that will only take me a couple minutes, which that's fine. So I'm gonna put that right here, so that way I have a reminder to do this, and I'm actually gonna throw it into my daily journal as a little, hey, get this done, little to-do of weight tracker and health journal. And to prove, I put it in. Weight tracker, health journal. And that's also a little sneak peek if this video ends up out before my August bullet journal video, which is recorded. It just needs to get edited and have the voiceover done. But it is what it is. And then on this side, this is one I'm not as rushed about, is a meal planning thing. I'm not sure exactly what all will get included in it, but I'm thinking go-to meals and quick meals, because my husband and I have a cookbook binder full of recipes that we have, that we like, and maybe I'll make a section for quick meals, go-to meals, just so that way everything is quick, easy, and I'm not having to go, I'm hungry, I don't know what I want. I can look, choose an item at random. That will work, as long as we have all the ingredients for said meal. But that's basically it for this health check-in. And like I said, the next one should be a lot better results-wise, I'm hoping. And who knows, maybe I'll add more things into here as to what I am going to be tracking. So, thank you for watching, and until next time, I am Umbrenero. Bye!